Okay, welcome to Spinoza Chavurah. It's actually Shabbat Nahamu, and the parsha is Vayet Hanan. The Nahamu means comfort. So it's the first of, I believe, 8 Shabbats that are around the theme of comfort. The Haftarah or the parsha discusses that, leading us up to the high holidays. So we're already in the arc of the high holidays, believe it or not. It's pretty mind-blowing. Just some gentle reminders. Please stay muted unless you're speaking. So have a look now on your screen. If you see that you are unmuted, please mute. Please take turns to speak and give others a fair opportunity to be heard. And please switch your video off if you are driving. Not only does it distract, but it also distracts because it makes us worried about your safety. So I'd just like to remind people to please switch your video off if you are driving. Okay, and also we are very participatory. So when I say would somebody like to read, please don't be shy. Please just go ahead and read. And if you overlap with somebody else, just fight amongst yourselves. There's no problem. You don't have to apologize or anything. Just, whatever. So welcome.
Matovu. Ohalecha Yaakov Mishkenotecha Yisrael Matovu Ohalecha Yaakov Mishkenotecha Yisrael Ohalecha Yaakov Mishkenotecha Yisrael.
Let all of us who fall under the tent of Israel, the people of Israel, strive for the day that our dwelling places may be sanctuaries for all. And please sing along on mute if you would like to.
I am grateful every morning for my breath and for the clothing on my body, that I will not be cold. I am grateful, Modeh Ani, Modeh Ani. every morning for the light and for the essence of my life. I am grateful, Modeh, Ani Modeh, Ani, for the bread on my table, that I will not be hungry, and that I will not know sorrow. I am grateful, Modeh, Ani Modeh, Ani, for my strength, for my friends, and for my family. I am grateful, Modeh, Ani Modeh, Ani, for the rain on my fields and for the changes of the seasons. I am grateful, Modeh, Ani Modeh, Ani, for the day of rest, for all my failures, for my disappointments, my fears and my obstacles. They are all for my benefit. For all of them, I am grateful. Modeh Ani, Modeh Ani, Modeh Ani, Modeh Ani.
Love life with happiness. Come into community joyfully.
Evo en hayim besimcha, simcha, simcha, simcha. Bohu lekahel birnana, na 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 na. Evo en hayim besimcha, simcha, simcha, simcha. Bohu lekahel birnana, na 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 na. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
While we sing with joy, we recognize that there are those present who may be in mourning, remembering those they have lost, and to them we say these words of consolation. Timtzu betochechem nechama umenucha. May you find within you comfort and rest. Would somebody like to read this?
Sing a song for the Sabbath day. It is good to be grateful for life and to sing with joy on this day.
Thank you.
Sing a song for the Sabbath day. Mizmor shir layom HaShabbat. It is good to be grateful for life. Tov lehodot lechaim. Shabbat. It is good to be grateful for life. Tov lehodot lechaim, and to sing with joy on this day. Ulezamer besimcha hayom.
And could somebody else read this?
The Shema invites us to listen to the call that arises from within and between us. It affirms our peoplehood while speaking to our connection across families, communities, and the world. It reminds us that while our lives are different, our shared goal is to make life more just, compassionate, and meaningful. We affirm that change is in our hands. We don't wait for miracles. We become the miracle through kindness, action, and solidarity. This is our sacred task: to listen, to unite, to build a better world together.
Thank you. Listen, Yisrael, we are all one and our destiny is one. So come, let us work together to repair this world. Shema Yisrael, kulanu echad, ve'yehudenu echad. Hava navod, letaken et haolam hazeh. And could somebody else read this?
We choose to live with passion, purpose, and compassion. We carry our values within us and live them with integrity. By our actions and our care, we teach the next generation. Each moment is an opportunity to live with meaning. Let our deeds reflect our values and our vision be shaped by kindness and truth. May our homes be places of justice, love, and welcome. And may our communities reflect the world that we are helping to build.
Thank you. And this is the same in Hebrew. V'nohav et hachayim bechol levavenu v'chol nafshenu v'chol me'odenu. Ve'yiyu hadvarim ha'ele al levavenu. Ve'shinanu levanenu unedabar bam. Beshivtenu bevetenu uve'lechtenu baderech uve'shachbenu uvkumenu. Uksharnum leot al yadenu. Ve'hayu letotafot bein einenu. וכתבנום על מזוזות ביתנו ובשערינו. And we pause for silent reflection. Let us read together. We hope for the day when all people will live in security and peace, when violence will not be committed by one person against another, by one group against another, or by one nation against another. We express our special concern that Jews throughout the world may live in security and peace, but our concern does not end with the Jewish people. Like the prophet Isaiah, we long for the time when all people shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Lo yisa goy el goy hereb, when nation shall not take up sword against nation, velo yilmeldu od milchama, and our world shall never again know war.
לא יישא גוי אל גוי חרב, ולא ילמדו עוד מלחמה. לא יישא גוי אל גוי חרב, ולא ילמדו עוד מלחמה. לא יישא גוי אל גוי חרב, ולא ילמדו עוד מלחמה. לא יישא גוי אל גוי חרב, ולא ילמדו עוד מלחמה. לא יישא גוי אל גוי חרב.
Okay, so now we move on to our Torah section, and today's parasha is Vayet Hanan. In this week's parasha, Vayet Hanan, we encounter one of the most poignant scenes in the Torah. Moses, the faithful servant who has led the people through deserts and doubts, pleads with God to enter the promised land. But he is told no. He may see the land, but he will never cross over. It is a heartbreaking moment, but also a moment of deep spiritual maturity. Moses learns that a meaningful life is not one in which every desire is fulfilled. Rather, meaning often comes when we learn to accept limits, to let go with grace, and to bless what we cannot complete. This is the quiet wisdom at the heart of Vayet Hanan. Not all paths are ours to finish, but we can still bless them. This is not just Moses' story, it is a human story. Each of us will dream dreams we do not live to see fulfilled. We may labor for justice and not taste its full fruits. We may raise children or students or communities who go on to do things we cannot, in ways we would never imagine. Our task is not always to arrive, but to help clear the way. Moses blesses Joshua, his successor. He names the horizon, he sets the vision, and he steps aside. That too is leadership. That too is love. To bless the unfinished path is a spiritual practice. It asks us to let go of ego, of control, of the illusion that we alone must fix the world. Instead, it invites us to trust others, to trust the future, and to rejoice in what we will not possess. It is an act of liberation. And this parasha reminds us of liberation in another way too. As Moses recounts the journey from Egypt to Sinai, he warns the people not to forget who they were and not to become what they fled. The memory of slavery must become more than a chapter in our past. It must become a lens through which we see the present. This is why in our communities we keep asking, what does truth require of us today? Not yesterday's answers, but today's questions. How do we ensure that our freedom does not come at the cost of someone else's? How do we avoid hardening into the very structures we once opposed? Parashat Vayetchanan contains the Shema, the call to listen with the fullness of heart, soul, and might. It commands us to remember, to teach, and to carry truth upon our doorposts and within our lives. This is not passive remembrance, it is active, compassionate responsibility. And sometimes to truly listen, we need awe. Moses describes the encounter at Sinai, the fire, the voice, the trembling. And though the divine voice may no longer thunder from mountaintops, or ever did, we still know awe. We feel it in moments that exceed our categories. The cry of a newborn, the sudden loss of someone we love, the shimmer of a star-filled sky, the ache of conscience, or a moment of protest that reminds us of our shared dignity. I once stood at the summit of a volcano in Guatemala. After a long hike, the sun was setting and the light was pouring over the mountains in the distance. I felt a kind of awe that silenced me. That awe reorders things. It reminds us that we are part of something larger. It humbles and empowers all at once. Parashat Vayetchanan is filled with vision. Vision without possession. Vision passed on. Moses sees the land not for himself, but so that the people can keep walking. We too are asked to see, to look forward, and to name the paths we will not complete, to bless them, to rejoice when others walk them. This is what it means to be a people of memory and hope. We remember where we came from, and we open the way for others. We live lives of responsibility, and we bless the unfinished with love. Shabbat Shalom. And we don't normally have a Haftarah at Spinoza Chavara, but as it is Shabbat Nahamu, I included a reinterpretation of the Haftarah that is from Isaiah, that is normally associated with Shabbat Nahamu. So would someone like to read the one on the left, and someone else read the one in the middle, and someone else the one on the right?
Comfort, comfort all people, whispers the inner voice of compassion. Speak tenderly to every heart and proclaim to each soul that the long night is past, that the burden is lifted, that they have endured their trials and learned from the weight they carried. A voice calls out, in the wilderness, prepare the path for renewal, make straight in the desert a road for hope to travel. Every valley shall be raised up, every mountain and hill made low. The rough ground shall be made level, the rugged places a plain, and the light of life shall shine forth, and all people will see it together. For truth is not hidden forever. A voice says, cry out. And I said, what shall I cry? All people are like grass, and all their beauty like the flowers of the field. The grass withers and the flowers fade, for time moves through all things. The grass withers and the flowers fade, but the song of life endures. You who bring good news, climb to the highest place. You who carry words of hope.
Lift it up. Do not be afraid. Say to every town and every dwelling, here is the wonder of life. See, life comes in power and carries within it the gift of renewal. It gathers the young close to the heart and gently guides those who are weary. Who has measured the waters in the cupped hands, or trace the arch of the sky with their fingers? Who has held the dust of the earth or weighed the mountains in the balance? No one holds all wisdom. No one owns the path of understanding. Surely, each nation is a ripple in the sea, each people a thread in the tapestry. None is greater than the whole. Do you not know? Have you not heard? From the first days until now, the universe unfolds without ceasing. It stretches the heavens like a shelter and spreads the stars like lanterns for the night. Leaders rise and leaders fall. Those who cling to power fade like chaff in the wind. Lift your eyes and look into the heavens. Each star appears, and none is missing from the dance. Why do you say, my way is lost, my cause is forgotten?
Do you not know? Have you not heard? The strength of life is unending. The well of renewal never runs dry. It gives courage to the weary and restores the faint of heart. Even youth may stumble and fall, and the strong may grow weak, but those who open themselves to hope will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint.
Thank you, everyone, for reading. So now we move on to our discussion. What paths are yours to bless, even if others will complete them? I'm going to stop screen sharing. So what paths are yours to bless, even if others will complete them? Very easy question.
Well, one thing for me, it took me a minute to, as I was pondering this, kind of think about, I have a lot of paths that I've began, but not necessarily finished. And thinking about what it means for me to bless those paths and what that looks like in my life. And the biggest thing I think about is I'm a substitute educator. So I used to be full time. I had my students, I love them dearly. Um, Moving on from them was really hard. So thinking about everything I put forward for them and their future educators. But now as a substitute, I think about what does it mean if I'm kind of working with kids for one day? What would it mean to kind of bless that day and bless that path? And I've been very fortunate. I work primarily in special education, and I've developed some wonderful relationships with newer educators and newer support staff. So for me, thinking about blessing that path in education, it's really passing on what I know, like both in working with the students, but also working with staff and saying, what experience do I have? What expertise do I have that maybe I can think of a new way to present information or new ways to help regulate a dysregulated student. And I've been very fortunate that most of the teachers I work with are really receptive to that. And so, as much as I miss developing my relationships with the students, it really is a blessing to be able to school all across my area and really just bless them with that knowledge that I've gained through the years.
Thank you for sharing.
AJ, that's very near and dear to my heart. What you said about special education. I have children that are in special education, and so I really appreciate the work that you do, and consider your blessing of paths to be something that is truly a blessing. So thank you very much for what you've done. And I just wanted to say that for those of us that have children, and we're not the only ones, but for those of us that have children, uh, it, uh, it seems like so much of our life is the blessing of paths that we may not see completed because um, our kids will grow up and carry on the work that we've started, and we'll take the lessons that we've taught them and the values that we tried to impart to them, and they will take carry those out into the world and accomplish things that perhaps we weren't able to in our own lifetimes.
Thank you, Skip.
Susan has her hand up. You want to
Hi,
speak?
hi. I'm a grandparent of a couple of years now, and my son and my granddaughter both live with me, and it's a really great reminder that you've spent this time parenting, and you see that your child is parenting, and you have to step back. And sometimes it's hard because you have the experience and you have the love, but you have to step back because they have to be the parent. And that's something that I remind myself every single day, that he asks for advice, and I contribute and I help, but I'm not doing the parenting anymore. I have to step aside and let him do it and trust that he's going to do it. And like I said, you're a parent for so long, you've been a parent right up to their adulthood. And sometimes that's what you need to do. You have to remind yourself all the time, that's not my child, that's his child. I'm here to support, I'm here to help, but that's not my role anymore. I'm no longer a parent of a child. I guess I'm still a parent, but I'm not a parent of a child. And so this is a good reminder for that you have to accept that this is your new role, and that you're doing the support role rather than the parenting role. And yeah, I hope I think that's appropriate. That's what we're doing here. We're trying to pass on to the next. They have to take it from here. So
Absolutely appropriate. Thank you for sharing.
This is Elaine. That was lovely. Um, we have arrived at the synagogue, and I was not the driver, I was the listener. So I'm waiting and able to be here longer. But we were talking right before I logged on about my wife's legacy. In her mid 50s, became a homesteader and purchased 20 something acres and developed some permaculture things and had it set up for sustainability with the dream that her daughter's family would live there and the children would come up, and that would be a thing to leave, that is building the world into a vision of a more sustainable and healthy place. The situation now is that the daughter lives there, but the children haven't taken to farming. And unfortunately, this is for the Shibarak part. Um, my son-in-law is not expected to live past Christmas. They have 3 children at home. So that dream. So we were talking about, what are we going to do with the farm? Does it have to be let go? Does that dream have to be let go? And so the portion that we just read was entirely fitting with the conversation we were having right before then. And it just was one of those times when sometimes the words you need to hear come to you. And I'm really grateful for that today.
Thank you.
This isn't personal, but I can't remember who said it, but a long time ago, I heard a climate warrior of some sort talk about how you spend your life doing it. You may not see the result, but you're committed to it. In other words, it can be joyful, even though you're not making a lot of progress, or you're not going to see the end, but you're engaged in what you want to see make happen in the world, and that you can do that with joy and not feel defeated and not get invested in it coming to pass necessarily if you see that that's, not within your power to accomplish. And I just was always impressed by that you just do the work and you do it with joy, and it's the best you can do, basically.
Thank you. I just remembered that Spinoza Chavurah was started by someone who is no longer associated with us or with humanistic Judaism. But we have continued to follow in those footsteps and build on it. And I think we are, as a community, 5 years old at least. So that person started something and blessed it and didn't continue. We didn't continue with it, but we are continuing it ourselves. So I didn't have a formulated thought about it. It was just kind of a stream of thought about that, but I thought that was quite relevant as well. And we're literally on one of those paths that was started in this way. Luigi is asking if the screen is frozen for anyone.
Not for me. And I was just going to say thank you very much for the efforts of continuing this service.
Thank you to everyone that joins regularly and people that come, because without you, we wouldn't have anything to continue, would we? Yeah. Luigi, it's not frozen for anyone. I don't know if that.
Not frozen for me.
So if you want to speak, you can try.
No, I was listening to you and I'm thinking of that phrase that we are never on our own. We stand on the shoulders of giants, and sometimes of midgets. I mean, I'm sorry to use this ableist things, but we inherit so much good and so much wise things, and things that are not so wise. Things are do good and things that do harm. Now I'm in this position where I'm in some sense a newbie, but also in some other sense an elder because of a bit of my age, but also because I've lived things that help me deal with the realities we face when we work. And so many of our the young people that come work for us with us are very young. They are young, they are inexperienced, they have come from our reality. So part of my thing has been learning, and it's a very humbling experience always, but that's not a problem for me. But also trying to be helpful to those people that have lots of they have way more energy than I do, but the reality hasn't been the one that I have had, so they struggle sometimes to to navigate the things. So it's just how to not to give not to be overbearing, not to be give unsolicited advice or anything like that, but just share if one can share, and hope for the best for their and plug some holes. Sometimes one is being helped, sometimes one helps, right? So that came up to me a bit.
Thank you, Gabrielle.
Just a little one, but also that saying that one one might not see the end of the job, but one is not free to not start it. That came to me also.
Yeah, you are not obligated to complete the task, but you are not free from desisting, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, something yeah, something along those lines. Um, so Luigi, are you trying to speak or you're not hearing anything? Can you hear now?
He gave a thumbs up.
Okay. Would anyone else like to share? Okay, I'll move forward. I can't read the chat anymore when I'm sharing. Bear with me a sec. Max, do you want to speak about what you just typed? Okay, that's fine. And can everyone see my screen?
You're not sharing right now.
Am I not?
Yeah.
Ah,
You were, and then it got off, read the chat, and then
okay. Yeah.
No, you are.
And now I'm sharing?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let us bless our people who gives us the Torah of humanity, understanding and wisdom it has planted within us. We will bless our people who give us Torah. Amen. Nevarech et amenu asher natnu lanu et Torah ta'adam, bina ve'chochma niteu betochenu, nevarech et amenu notnei haTorah. Amen. We now turn our minds and hearts toward those who need our love, who are ill, who are lonely, who suffer pain, or who have been wronged. Let us pause as we call out their names.
Trina,
Susie, Karen, and Nancy.
Misty,
Go ahead.
just Misty and Wallace.
Brian and Mary.
Myself, Hugh, Ann Winston, Karen, Pam, Cooch. That's all.
John and Yvette.
Marcy.
To those who long for healing, refuah shlema, with compassion and with feeling, we say refuah shlema. There's a light inside you that is there to guide you, to help you find the strength you need. Refuah shlema. And may you feel a sense of peace. Refuah
Let us stand as we recall those who are no longer with us. If you are remembering anyone at this point in time, please say their name aloud.
Rabbi Jeffrey Goldman,
Marie,
Eva,
And if someone could read the English.
May there be a good remembrance and compassion and kindness and love from all the world upon our honorable loved ones who are no longer present. Let us make a place in our hearts to remember their good names, and let us honor them with good deeds. May their memory be a blessing. Amen.
יהי נא זיכרון טוב וחסד ורחמים ואהבה מכל העולם לכבוד אהובינו שאינם עוד. אבל ננצור בלבנו את שמותיהם הטובים ונוקירם במעשים טובים, זיכרונם לברכה. Amen. Please be seated. And we're at the point of Kiddush. So if you would like to get whatever you use for Kiddush, I give you 30 seconds to do so. Would somebody like to read the English?
And we, humanity, keep the Sabbath to observe the Sabbath throughout our generations as an everlasting covenant. For 6 days we work, and on the seventh day we rest and are refreshed. Therefore, let us bless the Sabbath day and sanctify it. Blessed is the light in life, and blessed is the fruit of the vine to life.
Thank you. ושומרים בני האדם את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם, כי 6 ימים עשו מלאכה, וביום השביעי שבתו וינפשו, על כן נברך את יום השבת ונקדשהו, ברוך האור בחיים, וברוך פרי הגפן לחיים. And if you have challah or whatever you use for the bread, for the challah, please have that ready. And whenever anyone who has their challah or bread is ready, please read the English and the Hebrew if you're comfortable.
If we can eat and drink together, we can live and love together. So let us bless those that bring forth bread from the earth. Navarach hamotziim lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Thank you for joining.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.